You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
Conservatives regained legitimate power from the Reconstruction governments established at the end of the Civil War. The Klan faded from prominence. 72. The Klan was reinvigorated in 1915 by the D.W. Griffith motion picture Birth of a Nation, which was based on Thomas Dixon's novel The Klansmen. 73. The movie glorified the Klan of the Reconstruction era as saviors and portrayed a black man as the rapist of a frail innocent white girl. 74. The ceremonial burning of crosses was first depicted in the novel and was portrayed in the movie. Interest in the KKK intensified as Klansmen used movie showings to promote the organization. 75. The born-again Klan was less violent than the original Klan, but added the hatred of Jews and Catholics to the traditional hatred of blacks. Klan membership throughout the country was estimated to have been in the millions during the 1920s and 1930s. Prior to and during World War II, Klan membership continued to dwindle, only to rebound again during the turbulent civil rights movement of the 1960s. The Klan does not currently have a nationwide central governing organization. It consists of several unconnected groups using variations of the Klan moniker. In keeping with the multiple affiliation characteristics of right-wing members, some members of Klan groups are followers of the Christian identity movement. 76. Neo-Nazis. Neo-Nazis, as the name implies, are the new followers of Nazi ideology. Members of this movement embrace many of the World War II Nazi symbols, including the swastika, which is considered the icon of the movement. Neo-Nazis refer to themselves as National Socialists and hold Adolf Hitler in high regard. 77. But they do not follow completely the ideas of Hitler's Nazi Party. The modern rendition of these groups can be divided into three categories: followers of Odinism, Christian identity believers, and groups embracing other spiritual or religious notions. 78. Christian identity believers associated with the neo-Nazi movement have been discussed earlier and included Richard Butler's Aryan Nations groups, now led by August Grace. Believers of Odinism and Asatra reject Christianity. 79. But adopt the reconstructed beliefs of the pre-Christian mythical Norse gods of the Vikings. To attract followers who may already have multiple systems of religious or philosophical beliefs, Odinists use ritual magic, fraternal camaraderie, and a flexible ideology. Through the influences of Rob Mills, 1930s, and Els Christensen, 1960s, marked differences have emerged between Odinism and Asatra. First, individuals who embrace Odinism are more in touch with right-wing white supremacy adherents. Most Asatra followers reject such associations. Next, Odinists accept the validity of conspiracies when viewing the events of history, while most Asatra followers do not embrace these theories. A third difference is the warrior principle that drives Odinists to consider forceful retaliation for perceived past injustices by the dominant culture. A fourth difference is that Odinists hold racist feelings and opinions, which frequently merge with racial mysticism. Last, Odinism places an emphasis on the oversimplification of complex information associated with the revitalized tribal ideas of the Vikings. Asatra followers do not accept efforts to simplify their reconstruction of the communal, magical, and religious practices as they apply to modern society. B.A. Weisinger, RIGHTWINGGROUPCHARACDERISTICs 12 HOMELANDSECURIDNFFAIRS, GOL. IINO. 2, GULE 2006, http://www.saj.org. Many individuals who were involved in the rise of Hitler's Third Reich were known to have been Odinists. 80. George Lincoln Rockwell started the American Nazi Party, ANP, in 1958. The organization was later called the National Socialist White People's Party. The need for white people to take back the country from the minorities, aliens, and terrorists was one of Rockwell's beliefs. Betty Dobratz and Stephanie Shanks-Mail, in their book White Power, White Pride, mentioned Rockwell's advocacy of worldwide white power as a means to stop the mongrelization of the white race. A recently expelled group member killed Rockwell in 1967. 81. William Pierce, a former Oregon State University physics instructor and member of Rockwell's A&P, later established and directed the National Alliance. 82 Pierce is also the creator of cosmovism, a religious belief described by Brad Whitesell in Aryan Visions for the Future in the West Virginia Mountains as centered upon the deterministic ideas reflecting the unlimited destiny of the white race. The cosmovist believes an evolutionary force, still guiding us today, created the races. According to Pierce's view, the white race maintains a special status due to its past historical achievements, which far surpass the accomplishments of other races. 83 Placing man on a course to achieve godhood was what Pierce described as the divine mission of cosmovism. Some elements of Odinism have been incorporated into cosmovism, such as Norse legends and the use of mysterious runes, ancient characters used in Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian, or Teutonic writings. 84 Pierce wrote the Turner Diaries under the pseudonym Andrew MacDonald in 1978. The novel described the revolution against an evil federal government with established race mixing, gun control, and other detestable actions. The Turner Diaries was believed to have inspired Robert Matthews to establish the violent white supremacist group known as the Order. 85 Timothy McVeigh also was inspired by the Turner Diaries. In an envelope found in the car driven from Oklahoma City after the bombing, McVeigh had placed articles he wanted to be discovered upon his capture. Among the items was a paper with the following quotes from Earl Turner, the central character of the Turner Diaries. The real value of our attacks today lies in the psychological impact, not in the immediate casualties. More important though, is what we taught the politicians and the bureaucrats. They learned this afternoon that not one of them is beyond our reach. They can huddle behind barbed wire and tanks in the city, and they can hide behind the concrete walls of their country estates, but we can still find them and kill them. 86 After Pierce's July 2000 death, Eric Liebe, the former boxer known as the Aryan Barbarian, assumed the National Alliance leadership position. As is frequently the case in right-wing groups, disagreement among the other potential leaders of the group resulted in resignations or expulsions from the National Alliance. This disarray in the American neo-Nazi movement has resulted in one of Pierce's intellectual protégés, Kevin Strong, forming the National Vanguard, and another Pierce follower, Billy Roper, starting the group known as White Revolution. 87 Rex Gerhard Locke, known as the Farm Belt Führer. 88 is described by Ingo Hasselbach in Führer X as being an international neo-Nazi leader, based in.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.